Track one.
Just play track one?
How you doing, Sharpe? How you doing, Mayor James?
Still alive,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. I'm alive too.
Weed.
Okay, just wait.
Run down. Did you track? This is your house.
Yeah, just track one.
Hey, man, how are you? Man, speak on.
Yeah, he's speaking.
Well, what is it? I don't want to listen to man. You put me on? The man should always have what? Priority, right? Man don't listen to one. Our man speak first. Are we in agreement?
Yes, sir.
He got engagements. I ain't got a job. I ain't going nowhere. I'm looking for a job. He got a job to do. Sorry, I'm there. Let me sit right here. You get up there.
That's true. That's respect. That's respect. That's right.
All right. Okay. So a few months ago, we had a meeting downstairs. We had our flyers up in the window, and we all was saying like we're going to the mayor, really hoping, praying for this to happen, and we did it. Give yourself a round of applause. Our mayor took the time out to come out, and he's going to speak in his dress, and you know we really appreciate his support and taking his time out on a Sunday to come out and speak to us. So with no further ado, I want y'all to wipe the crumbs off your hands, some crumbs off the corner of your mouth, stand. I want y'all to give a warm reception for our mayor, Baraka.
All right.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mayor put me up here. I didn't know that meant I had to speak first. Go
Oh,
ahead.
that's right.
But I just want to say, can you hear me with this mic?
Yes.
Okay, that first I just want to give it up to the Source of Knowledge family. Right? Let's give them, please. Right across the street, and now I get to come across the street and get some good healthy food now.
Yes,
Not just the books, I get to get some food, and we have to support this business.
Yes, brother.
We understand that, right?
Yes.
We have to support this business, make sure that it maintains, that because this area is going to change very rapidly in a few years, very, very rapidly. And we want to make sure that Source of Knowledge stands the test of time, that they're able to sustain themselves, the store, their family, because they've been doing a lot for this city. And we want to thank them also for this lecture series that they're providing for us today too, right?
Yes.
Right. And of course we want to thank Mayor Sharpe James for being here and his book that he wrote, Political Prisoner. It is you should check it out, you know. I've read it, whether he knows it or not. You know, you should. It's very interesting to say the least, right? So you should go, and it's downstairs for sale, I believe, as well, right? So she doesn't miss a beat. I just finished. I did my father's eulogy. Publishing company published it. I came here and it was in the store. I was like, she got it before me. So she not playing games in here. So we definitely need to wrap our arms and our hands around the family of Source of Knowledge.
Yes.
I just want to say one thing about the lecture that we're about to receive today, right? That you guys and ladies are about to receive. First of all, my children watch Hidden Colors, right?
Yeah.
So, I sit my kids down and we watch Hidden Colors together. And of course some of the content is way above their heads, but that's what I'm there for, to explain what the content is about. It's our job to educate our own children. That's fundamentally our job, right? And so we give the public sector, the ability to educate our children through this pact that we have called government, but it's ultimately our responsibility to make sure that our children know themselves, right? And all of what we see happening, not just in Newark, but around the country in major cities like Newark. I know some of us believe that all of these things only happen in Newark. If that's the case, then it wouldn't be systemic. There's something systemic happening in this country where the level of poverty is the same across the nation for inner cities where we live. But the level of poverty is the same, where the kind of violence that is plaguing our community is from 100 people to 400 to 500 people. When the murder rate in one city drops from 700 to 400, and they say that that's progress, it means that we are in bad shape. That's right. When it's okay for 400 African-American boys to be murdered annually in a city, and people think that that's progress, then we're in trouble. Right, so I'm never going to get into the battle of 100 people got killed this year, 60 people got killed last year, or the year after that, and they say, oh, Mayor, you're making progress because 85 people were murdered as opposed to 117. That's not really progress to me. Right, it becomes progress when we're able to annihilate the fact that we are murdering each other, right? That our kids have more access to guns and weapons than they have to quality food, a diploma in information like Hidden Colors. Like, you would get a gun quicker in this neighborhood than you can get that video Hidden Colors. And that's problematic. Yes. That's problematic for all of us. We need to be pushing that in the school system, pushing that everywhere we are in this country, because ultimately people do things because they lack the knowledge of themselves. That's why we approach each other using the N-word. We say that, and we don't say brother, because we don't look at each other as family. Right? We say hood instead of neighborhood because we're putting something over our head to protect us from each other, as opposed to loving each other and putting neighbor back in hood. We took neighbor out, and it becomes hood because we opposed to one another and we're not together like a community or a family. Once we become a community and a family, then it becomes neighborhood again. But it's not neighborhood because we're not family, so we have to protect ourselves, not from people who are outside of the community, but from each other. Yes, sir. That's why it's a hood. And the people in the hood is called hoods, right? So, and the hood is something you use to protect yourself from the elements. And that